Hey, what is up? We are back in black. Sorry about that short ass clown ass podcast last night. That shit kept fucking up. I don't know if it's YouTube. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But we are back in black. Hey. So we gonna see if this shit work or not. Cause the shit be all good until I start streaming. But that's okay. Cause if the shit is fucked up, I'm recording too. So I can always just upload the stream, upload what I'm recording, and just upload it to YouTube. And that's probably what I'm gonna start doing. So if you can go back and play it, if it's tripping, that's what I'm gonna start doing. This shit be tripping. But we gonna see. We gonna get into it. Hey, shout out to everybody that's out there handling business at the corporate plantation, working, doing what you need to do. Hey. Man, I had to kind of get in tonight, man. Try to get in a little early because I got to test this shit to make sure it worked. Hey. Shout out to all my finessing ass niggas out there right now that's not really working, but just trying to get the nigga out of his pockets. God damn. Do that shit to them white folk. God damn. Shout out to them. Shout out to everybody that's at the corporate plantation right now. Shawnee, I see you. Tasha, all y'all. I know y'all out there working hard. Nuke too. Except Nuke probably wish she was still working with me so she could be messy. Nah, I'm fucking with y'all. Shout out to Nuke. Shout out to anybody that's handling business in a different way and trying to formulate their own plan to use that corporate plantation money to make real bread. Because that's what you're supposed to do. Hey. Shout out to all you motherfuckers that's doing what they need to do to survive. Hey. And I'll tell you this. It is not fun. It's not easy. It's not something that we like. It's not something that we condone talking about, yes sir, no sir, I do what you need me to do, boss. I gets right on that. Anything you need, boss. Hey, I just get right on that for you, boss. And that shit go on to y'all niggas. I'm telling you right now, look, I'm checking the stream right now because I'm seeing exactly what the fuck is going on. Hey, just trying something different to see how this shit gonna work. Hey man, and shout out to all you suck ass niggas that's taking your time to go at Ice Cube. Y'all are some dumb motherfuckers, and these people need to read Black Labor White Wealth. I ain't got powernomics on my library shelf, but y'all niggas need to go read and research Dr. Claude Anderson's values, views, theories on things. It's to better and help black folk. Hey, and that's the reason why, because niggas so quick to go, Ice Cube, why you up there partnering with Donald Trump? Man, he ain't partnering with no motherfucking Donald Trump. But you niggas are so dumb, y'all can't see past your own goddamn ignorance. God damn. That's the major problem with our people, and we gonna get into that today. Hey. We also gonna get into Kyle Rittenhouse, how they're not charging him with anything. And we gonna again reevaluate Ghislaine Maxwell and why ain't nobody talking about her. But everybody can talk about Ice Cube all day long, and I don't understand that shit. I just don't understand. Hey, why is it we can go after Ghislaine Maxwell as far as, oh my God, what she did was bad. Okay, I've moved on. But when it comes to R. Kelly, y'all haven't let up on R. Kelly. Black folks or white folks. So now that Ice Cube is using the powernomics theory, we should get something for our vote. Where's the black agenda? Niggas is like, because the Trump administration put out a press release that they're working with Ice Cube. Y'all know how this shit works. Y'all know how politics works. But I'm gonna tell you this, I'm not telling you to go vote for Donald. But I definitely ain't telling you to go vote for Joe 94 crime bill Biden. That's a fact. Hey. If you were smart, you would look at politics as a pile of tricks. As our brother Reza Islam says, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan was taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Politics, meaning poly, many, ticks, bloodsuckers of the poor. Shout out to the Nation of Islam for that one. That's a cold ass analogy. Go read The Fall of America by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Hey. I think you should be doing that. That would work great for you. Hey. All this other bullshit is uncivilized. And there should be no bullshit going on right now. Hey. I'm about to get into it. Cut this shit off. Finally had a good opening before this shit start tripping. Hey. And shout out to all the motherfuckers that's like, well, shit, COVID is about to be done, man. Our economy about to get back to normal. I'm about to get the fucking hoes and shit. No, nigga. Nigga, certain restaurants don't even have the right beer. They can't even get beer at certain restaurants because this goddamn COVID-19 bullshit. So don't get me started. And don't even get me started on people so happy that LeBron James won another championship for the Lakers. How much money are you getting off of that? Because the buses are making plenty of money. The buses made so much money, they used a nigga to get another nigga there to win a championship for them. Because LeBron James wouldn't have went there, Magic Johnson wasn't there. And that's all I'm going to say. And that shit is not going to change. Not at all. And another thing that's not gonna change is motherfuckers thinking that attacking your fellow brother or sister because they know it's time to do a deal with the dominant society to better our economic situation because they know that's what we need. Stop attacking them. That's bullshit. And we gonna get into it right now. Hey. Man, there's so much shit going on, but this is one thing that I wanted to talk about, and we're gonna get on it. Why is it first of all, I got nothing but love and respect for Ice Cube. Ice Cube has been the enemy this whole time because he's been speaking up for black folk, calling out the white Jewish community for their bullshit in his own way. Nobody has stood with him. Nobody has stood on any of the principles that he comes up with. And real white motherfuckers that know what Cube is about, they know what he on. And I'll say this, why is it, this is all I'm going to say is, why is it that when you practice the real principles of powernomics, motherfuckers, because people pretend like they know who Dr. Claude Anderson is and read his books, they ain't read his shit. Too many motherfuckers think that they know. Well, you don't have the platform. That's one. And two, y'all know how politics work. They're going to use anything. I'll tell you this. I'll give the Republican Party this. They have mentioned black folk. They have mentioned an economic plan for black folks, whether it's a goddamn loan or not. The Democrats won't even mention black folk. They got Kamala Harris out there dealing with niggas. Matter of fact, the Democratic Party didn't even circle around to the Breakfast Club. How many times have y'all heard me say this? Now that our brother Ice Cube is coming with an economic plan for black folk, and the Republican Party has acknowledged it, whether they put out a press release or anything to try to, that's bullshit. We already know what that is. But y'all know where Cube stands, what he's been saying this whole time. And if you've listened to Dr. Claude Anderson, if you listen or read any of his books, quid pro quo, something for something. You have to leverage your vote. And they know that Ice Cube has a lot of followers and a lot of respect from a lot of people. So that's why they did what they did. Put that out there. But that shouldn't stop you from going in on the Democrats and other Republicans if they are not trying to give us a specific agenda for black folk. Why is it that none of these other celebrities are talking about no specific agenda for black folk? No, they want you to stay out of it. They too busy cheering on these race soldiers for killing people like Breonna Taylor, Charles Barkley, but he's known for doing that. But why is it that we expect other people to use their platform to do necessary things like Coon and Sambo? That's fine. But when it comes time, in my honest opinion, for black folks to use their platform to do what they need to do for us, and they do it, we still find something wrong with it. Well, one, what you mean? Okay, let's just talk about it. In powernomics, there is a hierarchy of need, a triangle. You got 5 different levels. Dr. Claude Anderson talks about that all the time. But the first thing you got to do, quid pro quo, something for something. Dr. Anderson always talks about how it was somebody that was over something within the political party. He was a Republican or a racist, but he needed Dr. Claude Anderson's approval on housing or transportation or something that Dr. Claude Anderson was over. So Dr. Claude Anderson said, I'll get that to you, but you need to appoint 3 black federal judges. And the motherfucker was like, all right, I'll do that shit for you. That's quid pro quo. That's something for something. Motherfuckers think that what's supposed to take place is this. Motherfuckers think what's supposed to take place is, I'm supposed to buck dance, Coon, and then whatever they give me, even if they don't give me anything, I'm supposed to be okay with that. That's what most black folks think. And that's a fact. And you're like, why you say that, Warren? The reason why I say why you say that is because a lot of black folks, they are under this impression, in my honest opinion, that The only way you're supposed to do it is if you politicize it and politic and buck dance and do that. And then when a nigga do the right thing, niggas still going in. I was reading some of the comments. Some lady said, fuck Ice Cube. I forgot who this sister was. And I said, and two, he's trying to replace the system of racism and white supremacy and establish a system of justice. And a lot of y'all just want to live comfortably in it. And that's a fact. That's true. Motherfuckers can act like they don't want to live comfortably in it. But it's the truth. You can act like you don't. But that's what you want to do. You want to live comfortably in it. And you want to have what I would say one of those type of perspectives where let me keep one foot in, one foot out. And if it don't work, I'd be like, I ain't fucking with that. And if it do work, shit, I was with Cube the whole time. That's what niggas is trying to do. That's a bunch of bullshit to me. Stop. And you're like, why you say that? Let me tell you why I say that. Because motherfuckers got to understand, man. This shit is not going to change. At all. The motherfuckers be like, well, yeah, it is. No, it's not. It's not going to change. You leverage your vote and do the right thing. The motherfuckers be like, well, what do you mean do the right thing? Do the right thing. Leverage your vote. Get something for something. Stop allowing yourself, in my personal opinion, stop allowing yourself to go with the okie doke. And you motherfuckers like, what do you mean go with the okie doke? Be a Roland Martin, in my personal opinion. As long as they buck dancing with you and you got the hot sauce and doing the steak leg, you all good with it. But don't nobody want to talk about reparations. Don't nobody want to talk about what is owed to black folks for building this country. Nobody want to talk about that. I went on Twitter. I seen some motherfucker talking about Tariq Nasheed talking about, oh, he just wants money. I'm like, why y'all so worried about? I've never seen so many black folks worried about other black folks, but then when it comes to those white folks, motherfuckers get to bucking their eyes and poking their lip out. You better not talk about the white folks. Motherfuckers that talk about niggas all day long. And I don't understand that. But then motherfuckers will be like, well, I support Umar Johnson. And my thing is, I'm not going to bash Umar. Very, very articulate brother. Very, very articulate. Very good speaker. Well-renowned. But, nigga, when it comes to that economic game, nigga, you can't keep asking niggas for money and we don't see no fucking school. So that's on you. You can't be mad at everybody else because, nigga, you not doing what you supposed to be doing with the bread. Niggas got to be careful when they start asking for bread, and then when you don't do what you're supposed to do with the bread, then niggas gonna question that. But niggas need to question white folks as well. Straight up. And that's been my major issue with black folk. We'll question everybody but white folk. Matter of fact, no, we won't. We'll question each other, but we won't question Latino businesses. We won't question Chinese businesses. Nigga, I don't know how many times I done watched Dirty Dining with Darcy Spears on Contact 13 and she walk in a Chinese restaurant and there's a bunch of niggas in there. There's Asian niggas in there too, but it's niggas in there eating. And if you see her walk in the restaurant, you know that they got an F or a C or a D, but you still in there eating. Then when Dirty Dining went to our Black Sisters restaurant, which you know what? I don't even eat barbecue, but I'm going to make it my point to go and get some food. Watch. Y'all going to be like, no, you ain't. Watch. I swear I am. And you know why I'm going to get it? Because they need the support. Even I could donate. Because that's the problem. We don't even want to do for each other. But we'll go spend our money with all these white motherfuckers and all these other racial groups with no diss. But you got to practice group economics. And that's, not only is it group economics, it's powernomics. And that's what Cube is practicing. That's why I'm going to defend Cube, because I've been following Cube on Twitter since I had Twitter since 2012. Cube always a stand-up nigga, always speak up on injustices towards black folk. And a lot of niggas bash him because he's in the Hollywood industry as far as making movies. But let me tell you, a lot of movies, they snub Cube on because they didn't want those movies to be made. Harvey Weinstein. That's the problem, man. We so quick to go at Cube, but we don't want to go at each other. And you mean, what do you mean go at each other? I'm talking about go at each other about holding each other accountable on these white folk. That's what I mean. Go at each other. Hey, man, you got all this energy for him. Like I just said, Umar, he didn't do the right thing with the money. Let's move on. That doesn't mean that he's not articulate. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Just means maybe business-wise, he don't got it business-wise. That's fine. But let's move on. And let's get back on the dominant society and this anti-black racism. I was on Twitter, too, listening to people, watching videos of people retweeting Dr. Claude Anderson and posting interviews that he said in 95 about us being a permanent underclass. If you don't make no look, let me tell you something about black folks. I don't understand why black folks could criticize Ice Cube, who's probably done more for black folks than niggas that sit around the house all day and won't even do shit for their own goddamn self. One, and motherfuckers act like, well, how dare him do a deal? Nigga, you do a deal every day when you go to the court plantation and bow down to them white folk that's telling you what to do. So stop with the bullshit, acting like you don't bow down and you don't do certain things. Stop with the bullshit. Stop. Oh, what's up, Tommy? I see you. That's my major issue, man. That's the major issue that I've always had with us, with our people. But you know what, though? But y'all won't tell them preachers to stop preaching. Like I'm saying, I'm watching this documentary on, I think it's on Amazon called The Contradiction. It's about black churches. Is there too many black churches in the neighborhood? Not enough black churches. And all the black churches, they was interviewing Martin Luther King III. Oh, he looked like a fucking Sambo. First of all, the nigga, you could tell he was caught off guard. He didn't want to answer the questions, and you could tell he has no knowledge of who he is and what black people, where we are as a permanent underclass and where we need to go. And he probably just praised the Lord on some fucking Al Sharpton type shit. No diss, but I grew up in black churches, so I know where they're lacking. And let me tell you where they're lacking. Powernomics for black folks, black labor right wealth, not teaching black folks where we come from and where we need to go. No, it's too much political bullshit going on in these churches and in these homes. Because a lot of black folks, in my personal opinion, they take that political bullshit at church and then they take it home. And then they start politicizing the shit at the crib. Now you're raised on politics. You know what I'm saying? And you shouldn't be doing that with your own family. It should be more about, look, you need to know who you are. You need to educate yourself. But no, we don't do that. We politicize everything and go with the okie doke. I'm telling you right now, man, niggas gotta stop that shit, man. But that's neither here nor there. That ain't my job. My job is to tell motherfuckers, I don't think that's a wrong move going after Cube, because if you knew anything about powernomics, it's quid pro quo, something for something. So I don't give a fuck. If Donald Trump told me, look, I'm about to negotiate a deal with you, so we're going to have our name all over it, but we're going to give black folk $20 trillion, or we're going to give them $1 trillion. Now, can y'all do something with that? Now, this is all I can sign up for. You goddamn right I'm going to be shaking hands. Nigga, at least he giving you $1 trillion. I don't give a fuck if they're Republican Party. Motherfuckers act like Democrats ain't racist. So, cousin, let me challenge you. Tell me who you are. I'm a nigga. You know who I am? I'm multifaceted. The way I grew up and the things that I've learned and my reading and my study, I'll tell you this. My belief system is flexible, so it's constantly changing. Why, Warren? Because I never knew about certain things. See, I was only raised on Harriet Tubman and Frederick Douglass. So who I am is multifaceted. I'm a man of, I like to believe that you shouldn't put your trust in everyday politicized situations because you're going to be constantly disappointed. That's one. Two, I believe you should be flexible with your beliefs because as Nearly Fuller Jr. teaches, you're still learning. That's two. That's three. Three, I also am a person I mean what I say and I say what I mean about a lot of things. And if I say what I mean and I meant it, if it's wrong, I don't have no problem going back and apologizing. Damn, my bad. I should have said that. But I am not a person that does not have flexibility in my belief system now because I'm older. That's why you hear me joking a lot. Whoever listens to this podcast, you're going to always hear me joke about the Jesus said it and all this other shit because me personally, I don't necessarily believe in that. I got this book called Powers of Your Subconscious Mind, and thoughts are things. And in these books, it talks about how powerful prayer can be and how powerful it can be. I believe this. I'll piggyback off this. I believe that prayer can be powerful depending on who you're praying to. If you're praying to something that looks like you, like I believe that people should dive more into voodoo and voodoo in Yoruba and Ifa. And why? Because that's what Dirty Bookman and them used. They used voodoo and voodoo. And they clearly said their God asked them to commit crimes against us. That could not be our God. That right there should wake motherfuckers up and be like, that's why I always say in a lot of my podcasts, go get Dirty Bookman's prayer. Every black kid should know that prayer. Every black kid. And that's the thing about black folks in religion. We'll fight a motherfucker over religion, and we'll fight a motherfucker over not voting Democrat. But we won't be flexible in our beliefs. And we won't be flexible enough to be like, okay, well, what is it that you believe about voodoo or voodoo? And be like, I believe in the worshiping of ancestors, because that's where we draw our power from. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. You have to stand on the shoulders of the ancestors, like Professor Griff talks about. But, Dirty Bookman's prayer. Go look him up. Just type it in, Dirty Bookman's prayer. I used to say it a lot on my podcast. I just be forgetting. Very, very good thing. And I think once people are able to be flexible with their beliefs, they won't look up cute. First of all, I can tell you the Sambos, Terry Crews, Roland Martin, Mammy Angela Rye, Keisha LaMammy Bottoms, Kamami Harris, Nina Stacy Abrams. You know, I can name them motherfuckers for you. Any motherfucker that's sitting up there telling you to go do some sucker shit and go vote, but ain't no motherfucker gave you a fucking black agenda that's specific for your people. They've said every other racial group but you, no. And that's why Donald Trump know, I'm gonna get all these niggas votes, because all I gotta do is say their name and promise them something. Even if it's a loan, I'm gonna promise them something. Them niggas ain't doing it. You gotta give Donald Trump that. I'm not saying go vote. Man, go look up Donald Trump on YouTube when he goes in on Joe Biden. Like, how has Joe Biden been in office 40 years? He ain't done nothing for black folk. Nothing. You won't even say black people. And then go look up Donald Trump. And I'm not telling you to go vote for Trump. Go look at how Trump was like, well, yes, black folks did, African Americans did build this country. And people didn't want to comment. He was like, yeah, I know, but they did build this country. They built the country. White folks on the Democratic side and black people, they won't even say that. When you bring up reparations, they look around like, they get to acting like motherfucking Lee Merritt and get to acting like Ben Crump. I don't talk about a reparation. That bullshit. A tip-a-tie on the tip-a-tay type shit. They talking like Pootie Tang. That type of shit. And it's like, what the fuck is y'all niggas on? Settlements. That's why I look at people, because I was all on Twitter. I'm like, damn, these niggas is going in on Cube. And I'm like, damn, I couldn't believe that lady said, fuck Ice Cube. Man, I wanted to jump. Bitch, fuck you. What the fuck you mean, fuck Ice Cube? Cube been going at these white folks' neck. He just does it in such a sophisticated way, dumb niggas don't even know it. That's the problem. My motherfuckers want to be mad at Cube. No, be mad at all these suck-ass niggas telling you to go vote for Joe Biden. And then every time a nigga comes to me talking that shit, I'd be like, oh, so you want me to vote for Joe Biden? And they be like, well, yeah, man, because he got to get Trump out. I'm like, okay, out of Joe Biden and Donald Trump, okay, Donald Trump, we already know he's a well-known racist and an anti-black racist. That's fine. But he's never denied that he wasn't. Okay, I can take that. Joe Biden has never even admitted that he's had racist tendencies. And he practiced anti-black racism. People be like, well, how has he done that? The 94 crime bill. He was the architect behind that bill that put over 550,000 black folks in prison. You ever read the new Jim Crow clown? Oh, man, so you on that black shit and all that. And here you go. And then that's what it is. And I'd be like, look, bro, I'm not telling you who to vote, but I'm not voting for him. I'm definitely not voting for no Joe Biden. Joe Biden ain't done shit for black folks but destroy and hurt us every chance he got, and made a speech about it and asked for 3 minutes on the floor to talk about how he basically, it ain't our fault that they, like, yeah, it is. It's our fault that they are the way they are, but you know what? We need to lock their asses up. And then when you went on the Breakfast Club, you never even admitted that the shit was wrong. At least Hillary Clinton did say we made mistakes on that. He was like, fuck y'all, I ain't even make no mistakes. Oh, well. So when a motherfucker say that, what are they telling you? Well, Warren, they're telling me that they don't give a fuck. That's what they're telling you, that they don't give a fuck. So if they're telling you that they don't give a fuck, then why would you fuck with them and vote with them and treat them like they're the savior? Come on, man. Matter of fact, look, you want to talk? Let's ask the Democratic Party, not the Republicans. Let's ask the Democratic Party, since they care so much about black folk, what are you planning on doing with Ed Buck? He's a big donor to the Democratic Party. Why don't y'all say anything about Ed Buck? Okay, let's do one better. What are y'all gonna do with Bill Clinton, since he was on a picture getting a massage from one of Jeffrey Epstein's bitches, who we clearly know was running an underground sex ring and was at the helm of it? What do y'all plan on doing to Ghislaine Maxwell? Why don't y'all ask them that? Matter of fact, why is it we went after R. Kelly, real tough, and Bill Cosby, but when it comes to Ghislaine Maxwell, nobody knows nothing? This bitch, basically, her lawyer said, well, we're trying to keep her testimony sealed. We don't want that information out. But R. Kelly, y'all done aired him out, talked about all these women. Y'all bringing up old shit with Aaliyah being very disrespectful to her family. Just very disrespectful. Things that y'all would never do to white folk. But y'all want to do it to Bill Cosby. Man, get the fuck out of here. But Kyle Rittenhouse is running around here with no fucking problem. I don't want to vote for either. I wouldn't. There's a book. It's very difficult to get. It's called Vote Scam. That's going to be one of my books that I want to get, because it breaks down all the bullshit. All the bullshit that they got going on. First of all, if this system was going to allow you to pick who's in charge, then it's not really a system, because most black folks are deaf, dumb, and blind. We just saying black. We're not talking about every other racial group. That's why I don't get upset when I see Trump supporters and Trump. They're just letting you know who they are. That doesn't, see, you're not supposed to be like, no, that's bad. They shouldn't be that. I want to know who the Trump supporters, so I can know how you really are. See, when they say Democrat, they are what I would like to consider a covert racist. A person that is, I would say, a Navy SEAL tactics anti-black racist. A motherfucker that's behind enemy lines the whole time. No, they are. But they're doing anything to keep black folks discombobulated on some order of chaos type shit. Because when you see a lot of chaos, it's order in that. That's all by design. That's why I was like, damn, look at all these niggas going in on Ice Cube. I couldn't believe that lady said, fuck Ice Cube. I was like, I wanted to be like, bitch, and fuck your ugly ass too. Because the bitch it wasn't like she was all that attractive. But my thing is always this. Why is it we love to go at niggas. Why don't y'all keep that same energy with the Democratic Party, with Joe Biden? What, because he got Kamala Harris? Come on, man. Joe Biden done said so much racist shit. Look how arrogant a nigga is. Charlamagne, you ain't voting for me? Then you ain't black. That should tell you all you need to know. They know what we got the black, and then when they don't win, they're going to blame motherfuckers that are oppositional of their bullshit. If you're supposed to be for black folk, then why don't you have a specific agenda for black people? Where's the specific agenda? That's all I want to know. If you're supposed to be for black folk. That's all I'm asking. If you're for black folk. If you're not for black folk, then cool. Do you. But if you're for black folk, where's your specific agenda? That's all I got to say. I think a lot of the times, black folk are so emotional, and we are the most accepting and the most forgiving people. I was watching the podcast too with Lord Jamar and Worst to 5'9". Worst to 5'9" is a beast. I've always liked I've always thought Worst to 5'9" was better than Eminem. That's just my perspective. I thought Eminem was dope, but I thought Worst to 5'9" was better. That's just my personal opinion. As far as rap style, flipping words, but man, Royce, he's just dope. And the thing that I liked about Royce the 5'9" was you could tell the nigga done educated himself, because he was breaking down a lot of that Vlad shit and breaking down how he just was arrogant and how he was calling him out, because he put that narrative out that Dame Dash was a bad father and all that. And my thing is, you know why? Because too many niggas made him who he is. And Vlad will never come off his high horse until they strip him of his money. And then when he got to go work for other Jewish white people and he can't make money off of black folk, then that's when he'll be like, oh, you know, I apologize and all this other shit. Black people got to get on code. Because white folks are on code every single fucking day. If y'all don't think they are, y'all motherfuckers are sadly mistaken. That's why they know about sea moss and lemons and watermelon. That's why they make pictures and call you coons and sandballs for eating watermelon, when watermelon is the #1 alkalinity fruit. It's #1 on alkaline fruit. When you look up the top 10 alkaline fruits, watermelon will come up. Watermelon, then lemons. That's why you always see me drinking lemon water. But I digress. I'll tell you this. Just watch how people going in on Cube. I'm like, damn, I just never seen that, because I'm like, damn. Like, they literally going in on Cube. And I'm not talking about just like, man, they super upset with this nigga. And I'm like, damn. Why are y'all upset with him? You're allergic to sea moss? Ooh. I love me. How are you allergic to sea moss? Too much sodium? What are you allergic to? And what kind of sea moss are you getting? Because sea moss is designed for black folk. For real, for real. 128 or 92 minerals and natural herbs in that. So if you're allergic to sea moss, then there's something not right. Because that shit is I would say, in my opinion, that shit is as good as gold. It makes you itch. Where you getting the sea moss from? Who's selling it? And where are they getting it from? Question that. See, I used to think that too. Let me tell you the only thing I was allergic to. GMO, chicken, and bullshit. And the reason why I say that is because in my research, and in my research from other people, they can grow sea moss in a chlorine pool. They can grow sea moss in a nasty ass farm-raised pond. And not in the natural ocean. You know, I gotta check. I should be getting some sea moss pretty soon. I'm not gonna put it out there, but you know, if not, I guess I'm gonna put my order in with someone else. So that reminds me. But I'll tell you this. I used to think that too. Oh man, I can't eat that. But let me tell you something. When I stopped eating meat, chicken, all that, I just kind of went vegetarian. Ate a little bit of fish, but I didn't eat no chicken at all. And I started eating chicken, shit. My motherfucking eczema started coming back like a motherfucker. Why weren't, shit. All that goddamn steroids and bullshit that they shoot in that shit. So if you got some sea moss and it made you itch, and they probably wasn't legit. Okay. I got you. I know I gotta check. You know what? I gotta check the email on my phone, man. Shit, I got so many emails and so much bullshit going on. I do that, and I'm glad I do that now because, man, so much fraudulent bullshit going on. But, yeah, I got to get at you, man, because, yeah, man, that sea moss must have been farm-raised and not from the ocean. Because it shouldn't have that type of effect on your body. Not where you itching like that. Especially, I'm talking about raw sea moss that you make. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't make it, if it's made and prepared for you, that means they didn't do something right or that sea moss isn't fresh. That's all I'm going to say. But I'll tell you this. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. A lot, you know, as you get older, you know what I mean? Your skin starts to change, especially if you start to change your diet and change certain things. And I'm not no fucking specialist on it. I just can only talk about my experience because then I got eczema real bad because of the food I was eating, especially when I detoxed myself off of it. I was good. And then when I started eating it again, boom, that eczema came back like a motherfucker. But I'll tell you this. No, because I be looking on Twitter. Because I like to read. I like to read some of the shit that they saying. Y'all need to go on Twitter, man, and follow Ice Cube. But I just couldn't believe that sister said, fuck Ice Cube. I couldn't believe that shit. I was like, damn. And she had a lot of followers. And I'm like, damn, why would you do that? You don't even know what's going on. You just going by some politicized shit that the Republican Party put out to try to stand next to Cube. But you don't know what's going on. You have no idea. But look, man. Hey, man. I just thought I'd hit you up. I wanted to test the stream and make sure the shit was working. Oh, you didn't get it? Maybe you just check where you got it from. Try to get it back east. Back east, they got good product. Go on blackandnoble.com. They got it. You know what I'm saying? And just follow Ty's Conscious Kitchen. He'll show you how to make it. There's all kinds of ways, but Ty's Conscious Kitchen on YouTube, he follows the Dr. Sebi way. See, I just go off Dr. Sebi. I don't go off all these other niggas. Everybody got their own preference way, and maybe I might do a show about it. We'll see. But right now, we got to understand that we can't just take the dominant society's word for it. You know what I mean? It's good to go and take their word for certain things. For certain things, you got to fact check. Because if you don't fact check that, have you believe in anything? Nigga, they have black folks thinking that Farrakhan is bad. And then you start listening to Farrakhan, you like, well, what did he say that was so bad? No, he just be talking about the dominant society and how fucked up they are. And then motherfucker be like, oh, that's hate, or oh, you shouldn't listen to that. Nah, stop. He's educating black folk on what the fuck it is. Motherfuckers think you gotta be the Nation of Islam to read his books. I'm not Nation of Islam, but I love their teachings and I love what they got going on. I try to apply certain things. I want to borrow from everybody. 5%, Nation of Islam, the God bodies, motherfucking Hebrew Israelites. I'm borrowing for all y'all niggas. It ain't just one thing. Thank you, man. White people have, let me tell you something. White people will have you think that evil is good and good is evil. Why you say that? Because they got you thinking voodoo and voodoo is bad, but that's your religion that they practice and they tap into as much as they can. But they give you Cesare Borgia, a.k.a. Pal Gasol, a.k.a. Kurt Rambis mix, and have you praying to him. And then when you come along and talk to a black person that's deeply rooted and grounded in their religious belief, that may be Baptist or First AME or Church of God in Christ, then you be like, well, you know that person is Cesare Borgia, right? You know that, right? That's not who Jesus Christ is. You know that. They got all that from Africa, right? Motherfucker want to be like, ah, here you go on that fucking black chalk shit and all that other shit. Come on, man. We got to get out of that, man. And we got to get off this going in on black folk and thinking that black folk is the root of these problems. We're not the root of these problems. White folks are the root of these problems. They created this dynamic, this cesspool of crabs in a barrel for black folk. And you can only have one successful black comedian at a time. They make that narrative because black folk go along with the bullshit. That's why you can have a person like Vlad TV make all his money off of black folks, causing black folks to go at each other and basically perjure themselves on video and tell all they fucking business about what they did and cause all these beefs and rifts amongst black folk. That's what that white person do. And then he doesn't even practice the Jewish religion, but he's on code with it because he don't like Farrakhan. Because that's the type of motherfucker he is. I started watching him a long time ago because I was like, this motherfucker is a whole ass motherfucker. He play a lot of games and he set people up and had people on there and posting people's bullshit on there. But don't nobody never post none of his shit. And when I mean none of his personal business. And don't nobody, why don't motherfucker try to get in touch with his family members and start interviewing them like he did Nas's baby mama. Once he did that, I really was looking at him like, oh, this dude is suspect. That's why black people in competition. Yeah, you know that. That's a fact. That's why I can only talk about me. That's why motherfuckers that see me now, they be shocked. Slave-minded. Yeah, I mean, that's probably why you was shocked too. Like, damn, Warren. That's why when you probably find you like, damn, because motherfuckers think I'm that Warren from 20 years. I'm not that nigga. Man, I don't believe in none of that shit. That's just me personally. It doesn't mean that I feel like you on some sucker shit if that's what helps you through your day. And Jesus, I'll never forget. And Jesus said it. Man, go do that, man. I'm not mad at you. But don't come around me talking about I'm going to hell because I don't believe in that. And I'm trying to be flexible in my beliefs. That gives me a balance. Because let me tell you something, when you grow up in that type of a setting and that's all that's being shoved down your throat, even though you know it's other shit out there, when you question it, you looked at it as the bad guy. And it's like, why would I not question that? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man, let's question a lot of this shit. Question everything. Why wouldn't you? If you trying to have knowledge of self, you should question everything. Why not? Because if you don't, man, you're going to be sadly mistaken when shit turns out to be not the way you thought it was because of your religious beliefs and all that. Hey, now get it. Everybody has their own religious beliefs, but that does not mean that I have to share that same sentiment, but doesn't mean we can't be on code. Me, I just lean more towards the Nation of Islam, the 5%ers, God bodies. Because I admire the students of those religions and that belief system and how knowledgeable they are. You just got to give them props where props is due. It isn't like the Nation of Islam is raising dummies. I can look, no diss, but I can go find 10 black churches and ask them questions about black folk, and they'll be the dumbest motherfuckers and won't know shit. That's a fact. Because the only thing they've been told is Jesus said it, believe on me, and read the Bible, and shout, and dance, and sing in the choir. And then when it comes time for group economics and black letter white wealth and powernomics, and knowing who Ivan Van Sertima is, and knowing that you were the gods of this land, and that they got everything from you, then that's when it's a problem. Now you being divisive. No, that's what I'm saying. So before you go at Brother Ice Cube, you better go at yourself and look at yourself in the mirror. What you doing? What you doing with the platform you have in your family? And what you telling them? Don't worry about Q. That's what tripped me out. I'm like, damn, these niggas is really like going in on this nigga. I'm like, that's some bullshit. That's just my personal perspective. See, I don't give in, but you can't give in to them. Dude, this has been going on for years. Exactly. I know it's been going on for years. That's why I was like, let me do this podcast about Q, because I get prosecuted. He's practicing powernomics. Quid pro quo, something for something, leveraging your vote. He's doing what fucking Puff Daddy fucking did on his Instagram. Said, Puff Daddy, you know they ain't heard shit from Puff Daddy since. He did all that. We need to leverage our vote. But now, ain't nobody saying shit but Q. Gotta give them props. Stop being dummies and being tools for the system of racism and white supremacy, and try to establish a system of justice. One of those things is we need reparations to repair. There is a debt that needs to be paid. If you build a country, white wealth is off the backs of black labor. So there's a repayment that is owed to black folk. That's why you see them all marching with you until it's time to talk about reparations. Then when time to talk about reparations, they get to acting like Jane Elliott. That's why, I give her props for some of the things she say, but I always had one eye open. Why, Warren? Because Jane Elliott, as soon as it was talked about with reparations, this bitch started talking about motherfucking the Native Americans. That's why I said, man, how you gonna talk about the Native Americans and you know black folks built the country? And let's not even get on police reform. Police reform means taking these anti-black racists and putting them in other departments. That's all, moving them around. That's what police reform means. To rebuild. That's all. So they can rebuild it in their own way. He read Behold, of course. I remember you was talking about that book real heavy. And that's what made me, because I watched Professor Griff's podcast. After you said that, you talked about that book heavy. Then all of a sudden, let me tell you how shit worked. I go watch Professor Griff's podcast. He's doing a whole podcast on Behold the Pale Horse. Then I watch CeeLo on Drink Champs. Guess what he starts talking about? Him and Gunplay. Behold the Pale Horse. I said, I got to get this book. And that's what made me go get the book and read it. Because you was the first person that put it out there like, you need to go read Behold the Pale Horse. And then after that, I was like, damn, I think I do need to go read this. And then I waited, and then when I started watching those podcasts back to back, and I didn't know they were going to be talking about Behold the Pale Horse. And then when they talked about it, first thing I thought about, I was like, damn, Tamisha, she said that shit. You need to go read that book. Very, very good book. That motherfucker was airing their ass the fuck out. That's why they tried to kill him. Because back then, that was esoteric knowledge that people didn't have access to. But I digress. I'll tell you this. Stop worrying about Ice Cube and worry about what you need to do. And stop thinking just because they put out some press release, nigga act like Ice Cube was on the phone with Trump the whole time. Look, man, they probably just put the shit out there. And even if they did, who gives a fuck? If Donald Trump is going to adhere to the black contract on America, you know what I'm saying? For us to receive reparations or something to help out black folks economically, then I'm with it. Very good eye opener. That's all. I just wanted to make sure this motherfucking stream wasn't going to be tripping. It did a lot better today than yesterday. Yesterday was god awful. So Hey, man, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. Hey, if you get unsubscribed, don't be surprised. That's why I want my shit to go organically. That's it. But I appreciate everybody out there, man. Send it to some motherfucker that's on top of this shit. If they not with this shit, don't send it to them, man. That's a fact. But hey, man, I appreciate it. This is No I Don't Know TV, and you already know who it is. I'm your boy. Been clowning sucker free since 2003. Ain't no finessing going on with me. Hey, man, go to church, go do what you got to do, pray, fast, do what you need to do, but be flexible with your beliefs and read, because it is fundamental. Hey, man, I'm out. Peace.